Hey there, Nutshell family. Are you ready to crack open another complex issue today? If yes, then strap in because we are diving deep into the world of student loans. And trust me, it's not just a textbook discussion. No doubt you have heard the Supreme Court struck down President Biden's proposed student debt relief program. Yep, we're talking about that one that sounds like a winning lottery ticket for all those graduates with a mountain of debt. You know who you are. So let's unpack it, shall we? Biden proposed that a minimum of $10,000 in federal student loan debt per person be forgiven as part of COVID-19 relief measures. Sounds like a pandemic silver lining, doesn't it? He also talked about substantial debt relief for folks who attended public colleges or historically black colleges and universities and earn less than $125,000 per year. Free community college and affordable four-year public colleges for families earning less than $125,000 per year are also on the table. Talk about a scholarship. But hold on, let's not start dancing in our graduation gowns yet. Like everything in life, this plan has its pros and cons. The pros: easing financial burden. The most direct benefit of student debt relief is the alleviation of financial burden on individuals carrying student debt. This relief can free up income for other purposes, such as buying a house, starting a business, or investing in retirement funds. This could have a profound impact on the quality of life and economic stability for millions of people. Economic stimulation. By forgiving student debt, the government would essentially be injecting money into the economy. Instead of spending their income on debt repayment, graduates could use it in ways that stimulate economic growth, such as purchasing goods and services or investing in new businesses. Increased access to education. If potential students know that they will not be burdened by unmanageable debt, they may be more likely to pursue higher education. This could lead to a more educated workforce and increased social mobility. Reduction in wealth inequality. Student debt disproportionately affects individuals from lower socioeconomic backgrounds. Debt relief could help reduce this inequality, creating more equal opportunities for individuals, regardless of their financial background. The cons. Fairness concerns. One argument against debt relief is that it might be unfair to those who have already paid off their student loans or those who chose to work or pursue cheaper education options to avoid debt. Fiscal impact. Debt relief programs need funding, which could result in increased national debt, cuts to other public services, or higher taxes. This might have negative impacts on the economy over the long term. Encouragement of risky borrowing. If people believe that their student debts will be forgiven in the future, they might be more willing to take on large debts, possibly leading to reckless borrowing and inflated education costs. Risk of benefit inequality. Some critics argue that blanket debt relief could unfairly benefit high-income individuals or those who chose to attend more expensive schools. This could potentially widen the wealth gap. Potential misallocation of resources. Resources spent on student loan forgiveness could potentially be better used for other education initiatives, such as increasing the quality of K-12 education or expanding access to higher education for low-income individuals. It's important to note that these pros and cons can vary greatly depending on the specifics of a given debt relief proposal. Some proposals might aim to mitigate potential downsides, such as by including provisions to prevent future overborrowing or by targeting relief towards those with the greatest financial need. So why did the Supreme Court reject this plan? Well, according to a New York Times article published on June 30th, 2023, the Supreme Court ruled on Friday that the Biden administration had overstepped its authority with its plan to wipe out more than $400 billion in student debt, dashing the hopes of tens of millions of borrowers and imposing new restrictions on presidential power. It was a resounding setback for President Biden, who had vowed to help borrowers crawl out from under that mountain of debt. More than 45 million people across the country owe $1.6 trillion in federal loans for college, according to government data, and the proposed debt cancellation, announced by Mr. Biden last summer, would have been one of the most expensive executive actions in U.S. history. Unlike most civilized countries in the world, the United States does not offer free college educations to its citizens, but that, my friends, is a whole nother Oprah. That's all for today's lesson. We hope you found it informative and amusing. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss out on future lessons in a nutshell. Until next time, keep asking questions and stay curious. Carry on.